Hi, Virgo, and welcome to your Karmic Romance Timeless Tarot reading. This is a tarot reading to look at a relationship that is no longer together, that is a karmic relationship. It was never meant to be, your ever after. However, many of you may have felt that this was the twin flame soulmate, the one at some point along your journey. All right. But when it comes to karmic relationships, I see it a bit differently. For me, it's so much more than bad juju between you and a person from a previous lifetime. Like, that just almost seems shallow to me to only bucket it as that. To me, it's a soul that's like your soulmate, and there's an agreement before you come here that soul will teach you XYZ. In return, you'll teach that soul XYZ, okay? And, what hurts us the most is what grows us the most. And so I feel we've humanized the idea of a karmic relationship and romance to make it a good thing or a bad thing. Oh, it's bad karma from a previous life. You did a lot of bad things to this person and now it's your return. I just can't feel it like that. I'm sorry. I can't. It's an agreement that we both agreed upon, and nobody's being punished here. We're being grown, which is a gift and a blessing, even though it doesn't feel that way in the human experience sometimes. So, Virgo, let's pull some cards to see ultimately what this relationship was trying to teach you and expand you into. And remember, even though all this lesson is here, it's a choice. You decide, because what totally shatters our world can either destroy us, and that's it, that's all she wrote, or it can grow us to a version of ourselves we never even dreamed possible. So it's really a choice. So let's see what comes through. So you have the Star. This is a very interesting card to come out since we are talking about karmic relationship. But what I feel about this is, when this relationship showed up in your life initially, it was at a time when you really needed it. And you may have felt like, oh my God, you are my one. Our stars are aligned. This is meant to be. You're everything I needed right now in this moment, because this is all about healing. So, there was healing for you. For others of you, you offered a great deal of healing and nurturing and restoration to this person that you were involved with, okay? So I feel like it goes either way, since this is general. It's like you offered great healing to somebody, or somebody offered great healing to you. But no matter what, you truly felt your soul connection to this person. If before you never believed in like past lives or anything like that, after meeting this person, you believe in that stuff. You believe in past lives. You believe in twin flame energy. You believe in soulmates. You believe in the one. You believe in stars being aligned and destiny and all of that, just because of the way you experienced and felt this connection with this person. And next we have transition. So wow, this is heavy, Virgo. I just have to say that. So I just want you to know, I know that you guys have been through hell and back, okay, with this relationship. As a star, it could have been an Aquarius. With the death card here, it could be Scorpio. It could be any sign, but, in the zodiac, the star is Aquarius and the death card is Scorpio. So we could be dealing with one of those two signs. But, yeah, this was ultimately where, there's this great healing for somebody to transition into an entirely different version of themselves within the relationship, okay? So one of you, this happened within the relationship. And then when the relationship ends, this happens to the other one of you, okay? There comes this ultimate healing and this transition into a brand new version of self. And I just feel for Virgo, most Virgos watching this, this is where you offered this ultimate healing and caring and nurturing to somebody, which allowed them to transform into an entirely new version of themselves. And then the relationship ended and you feel high and dry, like you got left behind. I feel that, like, Virgo, it was just like, bam, Virgo got cut off and there's no explanation and you were at an utter loss. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I gave you my heart and soul here. Like, and your life is so much better because I was in it, and you are just walking away from me like that? What? Yeah. But ultimately, Virgo, this all has happened to allow you to transform into a completely different version of yourself. And on the other side of that version, okay, there's a big wish that comes true for Virgo. Okay, so I know you've been through it with this karmic relationship. So I'm going to pull a Flames card to see what you have gained at a soul level from this karmic relationship and all you shared. Wow. This relationship, first of all, you are at a almost the end of a much larger soul cycle. And this experience in this relationship is part of that journey, of that cycle, okay? But to me, this is like, you are the ultimate, the omega spiritually. This relationship, again, it's this transition where you become a completely different version of yourself. And I feel this is where your soul expands so much and you open up so much. There is so many spiritual gifts and talents inside of you that you're not even aware of. And because this relationship cracks you open, makes you feel like it has killed you, and you walked around, or you may still be in that process where you feel like you're dead, and the only thing that's keeping you alive is your body, because there's a heartbeat inside your body. Otherwise, you've already checked out, right? But as you move through the healing process, day by day, you know, things will get better over time. And as you heal, you transition into this completely different version of yourself. And in that vibration, there's so much soul wisdom and gift that is available to you that was not there previously. Okay? So let's pull a Cups card to see how this has grown you emotionally. So we have the Four of Cups, and this basically is the card where any false notion, Disney dream you had about love and romance, out the window, completely shattered, tattered, and destroyed, okay? You no longer have any illusions about romantic love. Like, it's, you know that it's so much more than fluff and romance and being schmoopy and holding hands and all of that nonsense, okay? It's out the window. Not to say that that does not exist in a relationship, but you know how superficial those things are now and how that can't define a relationship whatsoever. you know what it really means to be in a partnership with somebody. And it's not all fairy tale Disney. It's none of that. And this relationship definitely brought you to the realness of that and shattered every dreamy romantic illusion you had surrounding love, okay? But only for the better, all right? Only for the better. So let's see what this relationship taught you at a physical level. All right, so we have the Five of Crystals. This is an energy where you have to learn how to be completely financial stable all on your own, able to stand on your own 2 feet with the assistance of nobody else. Or this is where you carried all the financial burdens in this relationship, and because of that, it has taught you that you need to have boundaries in a relationship when it comes to finances. Like, some of you may have been completely sucked dry of all your money, gone bankrupt, you know, just had a lot of serious financial problems and issues due to this relationship. And because of that, you know, it has matured you and grown you in regards to your money and finances. And you will draw boundaries in the future, and you won't be as interested in being so generous and giving and saving the day, because you will recognize that in order to have a successful relationship and partnership, each people involved need to be able to stand on their own 2 feet and give to the relationship equally, energetic wise. So that doesn't mean that the person you're with has to make as much money as you. Okay? It just means that if you're giving more financially, they need to be compensating that in a different area of the relationship energetically. For some of you, this could definitely mean that, nope, whoever I date has got to be making around the same wage as me, because I can't deal with the imbalance and inequality of energy on that level. So it's just, you really are aware of, you know, your shared resources with another person. And, you know, Scorpio is the ruler of the 8th house, which is shared resources, right? And intense emotions. So let's pull an Orbs card to see what this experience offers you, you know, for the mental body. Okay, we have the 7 of Orbs with this, which, yeah, I feel like many of you, this relationship took a lot from you, and, you know, made you really question yourself and think less of yourself. And, you know, after you heal, you're going to transition into a much different version of yourself, and you're not going to be willing to tell yourself lies or to accept the lies of somebody else just because you love them. It's like you're going to want the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but. Okay, so let's see the version of you that you know, ultimately transition into after you've moved through the healing process. All right, so we had 2 come out. Interesting. So I feel like some of you, this is like, it goes 2 ways. Some of you is where you turn into the Ice Queen to this person, and you realize that, nope, you know, we're not meant to be, I'm done, I cut you out. And you move on with yourself, you know. But then over here we have the Eyes of Beauty, positive expectations and clarity. So it's like you know how to discern Virgo knows who has their back and who doesn't after this relationship. It's just, you just know, and you recognize within yourself your pessimism as well as your positivity, and how you feel and vibrate when you're here and how you feel and vibrate when you're here. And it's just that Virgo is like, you know what? I just want real love. I want real love. I don't want anybody to just be with me because of what I have, what I look like, or anything like that. You come into an entirely new version of yourself where it's easy for you to cut those off who you know are no good, and it's easy for you to love those who are on Team Virgo. Whereas I feel before this whole experience, that might have been a challenge for some of you guys, especially, you know, being able to discern who is on Team Virgo and who's not. So let's see what has you still attached to this relationship. And we did have a card jump out. So with movement here, you know, I feel some of you don't want to move on. Like, you don't want to be in the relationship anymore, but you don't want to move on. Or the person, it's like you want to move on, but they don't want to move on. So it kind of has kept you in a bit of a limbo and understanding. So yeah, you don't fully understand why things, you know, went the way that they went in this relationship. And until you do, you feel like you're just going to kind of hang around and see, you know, is there viability? Is this going to get back together? Is there a chance here? No, because remember, I'm only looking at a relationship that will never reconcile. And so this is like saying, you know, Virgo, there's some things that you're just not going to be able to understand. So, you know, let go, move on, you know, cut that person off if they're always bothering you. And in time, you'll understand why this could not work. Right now just may not be the time for that, okay? So let's pull you some advice. All right, look at this. Rest. Yes, Virgo. There are some things that you just cannot figure out and you just cannot know. And so for your own peace of mind, so that you can understand, it's better for you just to rest, you know, rest from this relationship physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, disconnect, become the ice queen, okay? So that you can recharge your batteries and come into a place of understanding why this relationship truly cannot work out, because, you know, there's something better for you out there. This relationship was only preparing you for that, okay? And believe that. Yeah, because look at what's next. We have the Wheel of Life. I am guided by the cycles of life and live in complete harmony with them. So you were definitely, you know, not meant to stay with this person, Virgo. This was just one stop along your way to grow you and shape you for the true person that you are supposed to be with. Because, you know, based on these energies, I could see that you've made some mistakes in this relationship as well. You know, things that you wish you could change and redo. And you've got to look at it like this. Because you did those things in this relationship, you're not going to do those in the relationship when you align with your one. Okay? And because of certain things that were done to you in this relationship, it's causing you to create boundaries and understand those boundaries, enforce those boundaries, which, you know, in the relationship with your true partner, you want those boundaries there because you want everything to go off perfectly with that, because that's your ever after. This was your training, okay? So Virgo, those are the messages that I have for you in regards to your karmic relationship. I hope that this helped, and I am wishing you all the best. Take care.